The story begins in a thick, green forest where a large group of apes is wandering around together. Suddenly, hunters jump out and attack them. The apes are terrified and try to run away, but it's a trap. They get caught in nets and are locked inside wooden crates to be taken away. The apes who didn't get caught can't do anything but watch as their family and friends are hauled off. After this, we meet a scientist named William. He is giving an IQ test to a monkey who finishes a puzzle in 20 moves. Even though the world record is 15, it's still very impressive. William goes to his boss and tells him that the medicine they've been testing, called ALZ-112, is a success. He thinks they finally have a cure for Alzheimer's disease. A meeting is held at the office where William tells investors that they gave this formula to a normal monkey and it made her super smart. He explains that it could make human brains grow and asks for permission to start testing it on people. While this is happening, a worker tries to move that monkey, but she grabs his hand. The man manages to get away, and they try to move her again, but she breaks loose. She doesn't actually bite anyone, she just starts smashing things around the lab. Security guards take the situation seriously, and when the monkey bursts into the boardroom, a guard shoots and kills her. Afterward, William tries to tell his boss, Steve, that the project will work in the future, but Steve cancels everything. Steve tells a man named Franklin to put down all the remaining monkeys. Franklin suggests releasing them into the wild, but Steve says they won't spend that much money. When William goes to see Franklin, he discovers that the monkey who was shot had actually given birth. It turns out she wasn't being mean. She was just trying to protect her baby. Franklin gives the baby monkey to William and says that if the baby has to die, William has to be the one to do it. Instead, William decides to take the little monkey home. When he gets home, William finds his father playing the piano and asks him to help look after the monkey. We meet a nurse and find out that William's dad has Alzheimer's, which is why he needs a nurse to care for him. That night, the baby monkey gets a cold and starts crying, so William has to stay up all night taking care of him. The next morning, William's dad is looking for his car keys, but William has to remind him they don't even own a car. They then notice that the baby monkey, who is only 1 day old, is already drinking milk all by himself. This shows he is remarkably smart. 3 years go by, and the monkey has grown much smarter. His name is now Caesar. By the time he was 1.5 years old, he could solve problems that an 8-year-old child would struggle with. By age 2, he could understand everything humans said. William keeps a notebook full of details about Caesar's progress. Caesar even finishes his mother's old puzzle in 15 moves, which is a perfect score. However, despite being so smart, Caesar cannot speak. Later on, the nurse gets angry because of the father's behavior and quits her job. Watching this, William wonders what would happen if he gave his father the ALZ-112 medicine. The next day, William steals some of the medicine from work and gives it to his father, even though he knows his father could die if it goes wrong. But the next morning, William finds his father playing the piano better than ever before. His father is so happy to be himself again, but William says they will go to the hospital the next day to see how much he has improved. Meanwhile, Caesar is playing in his room, but he looks out the window at the children playing outside and wishes he could join them. He wanders over to the neighbor's house, but he scares a little girl there. Her father tries to hit Caesar, but William hears the cries and runs over to stop the man. Caesar's leg gets hurt in the fight, so they take him to a clinic. While there, Caesar uses sign language to tell the vet, Caroline, that he wants to have dinner with her, and she says yes. Later, William takes Caesar out to the woods so he can run around and have fun. The next morning, Caroline comes over to William's house for dinner. She is shocked to see the special room William built for Caesar. William explains that he thinks of Caesar as a family member and wants him to be comfortable. Caroline tells him that if he really feels that way, he should take Caesar out more often. The next morning, they all go to a place called Muir Woods. William tells Caesar he can roam around as much as he wants. Caesar explores the whole forest and finally realizes what a real home looks like. As the years pass, Caesar gets even smarter and stronger. 5 years have gone by, and William and Caroline are now dating. While they are leaving the woods, a dog barks at Caesar, and Caesar roars back, terrifying the dog. Once they are in the car, Caesar asks who his father is. William says, "I am your father." Then Caesar asks who his mother was. William takes Caesar to his office and explains that he was born there. He tells him his mother was given a medicine that made her smart, which is why Caesar is smart too, but his mother died in an accident. Back at home, Caroline asks about these things, and William explains he only wanted to make a medicine to help people and didn't realize it would make apes this intelligent. He also says his father was in very bad shape and only survived all these years because of the medicine. However, during dinner that night, William notices his father holding a spoon upside down. It's a sign that the sickness might be coming back. The next day, William's father gets into the neighbor's car and tries to drive it, but he crashes into another vehicle. The neighbor comes out and starts screaming at him, saying he's calling the police. Seeing this, Caesar attacks the man. The man tries to run away in fear, but Caesar bites off one of the neighbor's fingers. Caesar then gives the father a hug, but all the people watching are terrified and treat Caesar like a dangerous animal. A court order is made, saying Caesar has to stay in a primate facility until he stops attacking humans. Caesar is put in an open area and likes it at first, but when he tries to leave, he realizes the whole place is locked behind glass. William tells him he will come back for him later. Caesar hears a human voice, but when he looks around, he realizes he is locked up. The other monkeys there start screaming at him. Caesar is very upset by the terrible environment. Later, a guard named Tom starts feeding the monkeys, but Caesar throws the food back at him. Tom gets angry and blasts Caesar with a high-pressure water hose. A short time later, Caesar uses a stone to draw a picture of his window from home on the wall because he misses his family. Meanwhile, William realizes that giving the medicine to his father has caused his health to get worse, so he needs to find a way to fix the side effects. William goes to Steve and explains that a new version called ALZ-113 might work. He admits he gave the medicine to his father and that while it helped at first, the disease came back. He explains that the medicine doesn't just help the brain, it super develops. He argues that if used correctly, they could make the human brain much more advanced, and Steve agrees. William goes to visit Caesar, but the worker says he has to wait at least 90 days. Once he gets permission, several monkeys are brought to a testing room. They are given the new ALZ-113, which is much stronger. During the process, a worker named Franklin has his mask fall off while a monkey is struggling, but he puts it back on quickly. Tests show that the monkey's brains are working much faster. When Steve visits, he sees that a monkey has actually written his name, Jacobs, on a tablet. The next day, Caesar gets a chance to leave his cage and sees many other monkeys, including a big gorilla and an orangutan in a large cage. One monkey pulls on Caesar's clothes, and others start grabbing him, but they are actually just playing. However, Tom shoots Caesar and another monkey with a tranquilizer. Later, William visits Caesar and sees the marks on his body. He threatens to shut down the facility for mistreating the animals. He tells Caesar he can't take him home today, but will soon. Hearing this, Caesar becomes furious and rubs his drawing of the window off the wall. The next day, some of Tom's friends visit. Caesar grabs one by the collar but then lets go. Tom responds by giving all the monkeys electric shocks, saying that's what happens when they mess with him. But we see that Caesar has actually stolen a knife. He uses it to unlock his cage and then frees the big gorilla. Once free, the gorilla runs around like he has always wanted to be loose. Caesar then frees another monkey and gets him to join his team. Meanwhile, Franklin has become very sick because he was exposed to the medicine, and William notices his father is getting worse too. William tells Steve that the medicine is more dangerous than they thought and they should slow down. Steve refuses, saying things are going well and he's going to make millions of dollars. William threatens to quit the company. William then goes to the facility with money and asks the manager to let Caesar go. When William goes to Caesar's cage, Caesar looks very resentful. Tom opens the cage, but Caesar thinks about the gorilla, the orangutan, and all the other monkeys. He closes his own cage door, showing he doesn't want to leave. Seeing this, all the monkeys start cheering. Later, Caesar gives a cookie to one of his monkey partners, who then shares it with the others so they can work together. The next day, Caesar and the orangutan sit together. Caesar notices the pin on the gate. When the other monkeys start fighting, the orangutan suggests they will never be able to work as a team, but Caesar knows they can. That night, he unlocks the pin and climbs onto the roof. Tom hears a noise, but he doesn't find anything when he checks. We then see that Caesar has gone back to his old home. He sees Caroline and William and feels happy for a moment, but then he finds the ALZ-113 medicine. Caesar takes it back to the facility and sprays it so all the monkeys there can become super smart. Somewhere else, a woman visits Franklin's house and finds him unconscious with blood coming from his ear. Steve's company doesn't know about this and keeps making more of the medicine for human testing. The next morning, when Tom opens the cages, he sees that all the monkeys have become very serious, as if they finally understand how bad their lives are. When they leave their cages, they follow Caesar's orders and start making a plan. When the facility owner looks in, the monkeys pretend to act like normal animals. Meanwhile, Tom and another guard named Ronan argue over who ate their cookies, which Caesar had actually fed to his friends the night before. That night, Tom goes to feed the monkeys and notices Caesar isn't in his cage. Ronan gets his gun ready, and Tom walks up to Caesar with an electric stick, saying he needs to be taught a lesson. Tom starts shocking Caesar, asking if he will go back to his cage. Suddenly, Caesar screams, "No!" and punches Tom. Caesar then starts freeing the gorilla and all the other monkeys one by one. Tom comes back with his electric stick, and Caesar throws water on him. The water and electricity give Tom a massive shock that kills him. Ronan arrives, and the monkeys start to attack him, but Caesar stops them. The monkeys then escape from the facility. Next, a family delivering newspapers sees leaves falling from the sky. It's Caesar's team moving through the trees above them. The monkeys reach a radio tower to find where William's office is. Once they get to the lab, Caesar's team starts freeing all the test monkeys, smashing everything, and destroying the security cameras. Steve arrives at his office and finds it full of monkeys. He manages to run away and get to his helicopter. William wants to see Caesar, so he goes to the facility. He finds the medicine on the ground, the guard Tom dead, and Ronan badly beaten. The police check the camera footage, and William goes to find Caesar. Caesar's team starts attacking buildings nearby. The gorilla leads a group to rescue more captive monkeys. Many monkeys travel on top of a tram. 2 police cars try to attack, but the gorilla throws a lamppost at one, and the orangutan throws a metal shield at the other. The monkeys enter the offices. When a man tries to tranquilize a monkey, Caesar rescues it, and the other monkeys throw a rod at the man's car. Steve sees that these are not normal monkeys, and that they are smarter than humans. It becomes clear the monkeys want to cross the main bridge. The police expect this and set up a blockade on the other side to kill them. As they get to the bridge, Caesar sees they are being blocked. He tells the orangutan's team to go under the bridge, another group to go over the top beams, and the gorilla to follow him straight through the middle. Police on horses attack Caesar's team. From Steve's helicopter, a man starts shooting at the monkeys with a machine gun. Seeing this, the gorilla jumps onto a horse and attacks the rider. Caesar also attacks a horse, and the orangutan's team moves quickly underneath. William arrives, hoping to save Caesar. Caroline pretends to jump from the bridge to distract everyone, which lets William get through the police line. Caesar moves forward on a horse while the gorillas push a bus forward to use as a shield. The police try to fire, but the bus blocks the bullets. When the police run out of ammo, the monkeys from above and below jump out and attack. Caesar's team easily wins the fight. However, Steve arrives in his private helicopter with a soldier using a machine gun. No monkey can stand against the bullets. Caesar uses a chain to hurt the soldier, and the gorilla jumps onto the helicopter pilot. The helicopter loses its balance and crashes onto the bridge. Caesar goes to his gorilla friend, but the gorilla dies from the bullets he took while jumping onto the helicopter. Caesar sees that Steve is still alive, hanging from a rope. Another monkey, who had been experimented on, walks over and pushes the helicopter wreckage off the bridge. The monkeys then move forward into the forest where Caesar used to play. William takes a police car and reaches the forest to find Caesar. William says he's sorry he couldn't get him out sooner, but it's not too late to go home together. Caesar looks at him and says, "Caesar is home." He then joins his friends, who welcome him like a king. Caesar climbs a tree, and the movie ends.